Sinners is the latest film written and directed by Ryan Coogler, set in the 1930s, and stars Michael B. Jordan as twins Smoke and Stack, who return to their hometown in Mississippi from Chicago after they steal some cash and plan to open a juke joint. They assemble a group of people to provide food, entertainment, and security for what they are hoping to be an unforgettable night. And they have just that, but it's not what they had in mind. Haley Steinfeld, Miles Canton, Jack O'Connell, Wami Musaku, Jamie Lawson, Yao, Lee Ju Lee, Omar Miller, and Delroy Lindo are featured cast. I debated if I wanted to make a video about Sinners because I wasn't too hyped to watch the film in the first place. I saw the trailer for the film quite often because of my chosen career field and because I go to the movies a lot. I can appreciate the idea of an original concept, but I still wasn't completely sold. Then when early reviews started coming in, I still didn't believe the hype, but FOMO was starting to set in. It's not that I didn't think I would ever watch it, but I just wasn't that pressed to see it in the theaters. My sister went to go see it opening weekend, and that's an opinion I really trust. So I wanted her to give me her reaction after seeing it to determine if I would go see it on Discount Tuesdays. She absolutely loved it. So I went ahead and bought my ticket for a Tuesday matinee. Now, was Sinners the best movie I saw this year? No. Granted, I haven't seen any movies this year that I would rank in that top slot yet. They were just okay, but I can say Sinners certainly wasn't the worst. Sinners spent much of the first half of the movie building up the universe, these characters and their relationships. We got a peek into their trauma and what brought them joy. And it really did take me out of that element that it was slated under horror because it didn't have those traditional horror elements at the start. It was just given period drama, which is fine. But being kind of marketed as a horror genre, I thought it was going to be more in your face horror, like from the beginning to the end. The trailers had me thinking Sinners was going to lean more into the vampire aspect, but it didn't. It wasn't a vampire movie, it was a movie with vampires. And yes, the vampires were set up to be one of the big bads, but the story was bigger than them. And I wanted more of them. I liked the vampire lore Ryan was creating and exploring, and I was just interested in seeing where he was going to take that. But I didn't find Sinner scary. I've seen a lot of commentary online about people asking about the fear factor before going in, but I'm a horror girl and it takes a lot to disturb or scare me. But that brings up the big debate of what constitutes horror, because at the end of the day, I think the genre is very subjective. In the realm of elevated horror films, there are things to fear outside of the traditional masked killer or a supernatural entity. Horror in those movies are more rooted in reality, and that's scary enough for most people. So I think that's something to think about before going in. Getting past my gripes with this is not a traditional horror film, I thought it was beautifully shot with a beautiful score by Litwig Göransson. And just a side note, I just love the backstory between Ryan and Litwig, meeting in college and building this creative partnership. Same with Ryan and Michael B building one. Like, yes, find your creative tribe and keep building. Love that. But back to the movie. I didn't find, for me, any of the performances to be that big for me. Like they were fun. Like I think everybody did a good job. They showed up, did what they needed to do, but they weren't, big moments for me that really, really stood out. But one that really, really did was Miles Canton as Sammy. Baby, that voice. His voice is just so rich and so captivating. That voice is such a deeply ancestral talent. Like that voice was on the chain gang and knows how to bust up a chifforobe. And the music in general was just one of the best parts for me. I mean, that juke was jumping like Destiny's Child. That Irish praise circle had me jigging. Come on, white people! Come on, white people! Come on! And it just brought up that music is such a form of escapism, either from trauma or a mundane life. That was a clear theme for me. Like the music was really an additional character, and the film just did such a good job incorporating the music with the emotions and the hype and the suspense that the film did bring. So I really, really, really did love the music. And after I see any movie or show, I want to see that chatter on social media, and Threads had plenty to say. Some of the think pieces had me rolling my eyes, but it was more of the jokes that made the movie funnier than I remember. I'm happy to see that so many people are still enjoying it almost 2 weeks out. People are still packing the theaters since the premiere, and that goes to show you that the movie theater experience isn't dead. So many people like to claim that, but obviously it isn't dead, and people will show up for what they want to see. Now it's time to chat. How did you feel about the movie Sinners? What part stuck out to you the most? How many times have you watched it? And do you plan to go back? Let me know in the comments.